I know for a fact SABC has drones. I know for a fact EWN has drones. I know for a fact Times Media has drones. And they all, each of those three, by the way, and all the other major players, Mail and Guardian, Daily Maverick, they all license drone imagery and publish it in their own platforms anyways. So this isn't like a theoretical thing that's happening. This is actually happening now, right? And that doesn't even take into account all the bloggers, all the personal photographers, all the people who are trying to make a buck as far as viral videos or whatever. So the idea that drones are not being used for news gathering purposes is not true. They are. What's happening is that the big organizations like SABC, even though they've bought drones and they may purchase imagery, are reluctant to send their own drone journalists out on missions because of this uncertain legal environment. Because it's too expensive to get themselves trained and to get themselves with to have that ROC license. So it's essentially it's wasted resources when it comes right down to it. It's wasted resources. It's a handicap on telling effective stories. It's preventing people like myself and other independent journalists from having an income stream that could otherwise, and people, by the way, have speculated that this industry could be worth 1 to 2 billion rand in the coming years and employ 5,000 to 7,000 new people, not just pilots, but the associated industry that will form around drones and drone imagery if deregulation happens. And you can see, this isn't theory, by the way, you can see this in America, you can see this in Australia. Those are sort of the two leading lights as far as the rest of the world and deregulation is concerned. In America, you haven't seen a fatal accident, you haven't seen a crash that's caused the crash of an airliner or a major problem with any sort of sporting event or terrorism. You haven't seen any of those things happen, and there's technology in place that will come very soon. And I have this on good word from my recent travels in the States. There's going to be technology coming very soon where they'll be able to track your drone, regardless if it's licensed or not, in real time through a transponder that they're going to place and make sure that's on every single drone that's sold, new drones that are sold in the coming years. I think that's going to come out in the next year, maybe to 18 months. And there's some privacy concerns with that. But from a safety perspective, there's really no reason that South Africa shouldn't be deregulating, as it's beneficial to the economy. It empowers entrepreneurs to do their job. It empowers journalists to gather information in a way that they otherwise couldn't do. And it opens up a whole new skill set. Opens up a whole new skill set for a whole group of people that otherwise maybe entering the tech world, maybe entering other types of technology, maybe entering coding. They could be flying drones. And it's kind of a shame that it's not happening.